sing.
Everything.
Sing. Sing, but I want some folks to stay in here. Amen. Sometimes I can't carry a tune out of budget, but I just singing, making a joyful noise. Amen. Let me thank all of you for your concern and your prayers on last week, and I stayed in as much as possible to get over that mess that I had on last Sunday, and I do thank you for keeping me in prayer. Amen. And ask that you pray for others that you know that are out or sick or whatever the situation may be. But pray for one another. Amen.
Amen.
And prayers of the righteous avail much. Amen. Good to see all of you. Amen. In this cold and dreadful weather, but it's a mighty good day.
Amen.
In a day that I'm seen rather than viewed. It's a good day. Amen. In the beginning, the book of Genesis, the 32nd chapter, and the first verse, Genesis 32 and 1. Amen. There you will find these words. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. That's Genesis 32 and 1. Now, I'd like for you to go down to Exodus 23 and 20. Exodus, the 23rd chapter, and the 20th verse. Amen. There you will find these words. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Now, back in Genesis, it said Jacob went on his way and the angels of God met him. Now, in Exodus, he says, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. I want to talk about sending an angel before you. Amen. Sending an angel before you. Thank you, ushers. Glad to have Reverend Booth, Reverend Johnson here with us this morning. And again, glad to have all of you to be here. Have you had a situation where you felt an angel was watching over you? Most people have experienced situations where they felt, without a doubt, that God sent an angel to help them. There are many people who doubt the presence or the reality of angels. And in their insecurity, they laugh when believers make reference to angels. But angels are messengers from God. They are assigned to a specific task by God Himself. Sometimes angels bring good news, such as the news the angels brought to Mary, Joseph, and Elizabeth about the birth of Christ, as well as John the Baptist. Sometimes angels bring warnings, such as the angel that stood in the road and warned the prophet Balaam that he was about to do wrong. And there are times that angels come to bring punishment, such as the angels that went to the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah and rained down fire upon them because of their loose morals and sin. Angels bring comfort in times of despair. Angels help in times of trouble. Angels are strength in times of weakness. When God sends an angel to meet us, we shouldn't look for creatures with wings. That's an image that Renaissance artists gave us as they painted pictures for us to see. But these are the same artists that place halos over the heads of sainted characters such as Christ and Mary. But in reality, angels are messengers from God who probably would not look any different than any man or woman you have seen before. Angels have one purpose, and that is to carry out the mission given to them by God. In the Bible, angels are often used by God as his representatives, and as such are often given the name of God. For example, we read in Exodus, "Behold, I send an angel before thee." This was the 23rd chapter in the 20 and 21st verse. "Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgression. For my name is in him." So we see that angels are important messengers from God. And they are always obedient to God and do his will. So as Christians, we should be aware that when we pray to God, he often answers by sending us an angel. The angel could be a doctor, could be a counselor, the angel could be a friend or at least a stranger who appears in your life with the divine response. His job is to bring you to the place I have prepared. So the text introduces Jacob, who left home and met angels ascending and descending, connecting his camp with heaven. And on his return home, Jacob was met by an angel who wrestled with him and blessed him. See, our text found Jacob on a pilgrimage to the home of his uncle Laban to find himself a wife. But along the way, he became weary. He made himself a bed on the ground and used a large stone for a pillow. In the course of his slumber, the Lord talked to Jacob, called him to see visions of grandeur in the form of a giant ladder extending from earth to heaven. And that lingered in his mind after he awoke. So impressed with the fresh vision from God, Jacob consecrated himself to the service of God. If you will be with me and return me back home, I'll give a tenth of all that you bless me with. So on his return home, Jacob was worried about whether his brother Esau would attack and kill him.
Right.
He labored over the return, but was met by an angel of God.
Amen.
And this angel wrestled with him all night long.
Right.
Jacob refused to let go of the angel. So as the day began to break, the angel wanted to be freed from Jacob.
Yes.
But Jacob said, only if
Yes.
you bless me.
Yes.
So the angel touched his thigh
Right.
and crippled Jacob. And he went home safe, welcome, and loved.
Amen.
So in Exodus, God told the children of Israel that he would send his angel to guide them on their way to the promised land.
Amen.
If they were obedient, to the angel, they would make it safely.
Amen.
His promise was and is, I will send an angel before thee.
Amen.
Now that was an abiding promise that provided hope
Hope.
for them throughout their journey. See, God sends angels to meet us along the way. Just as angels went ahead of Jacob and met him at certain points. That same experience happens for believers today.
Amen.
See, angels protect and warn us. Jacob's entire life seemed to be protected by an angel. He was threatened with death, but he was protected by God.
Right.
He was cheated by his uncle, but God protected him against that
Amen.
and made him prosper. And he was protected on his return back home.
All right.
See, angel also warns us about impending danger. If, and only if, we listen to the voice of his angel.
Right.
See, Lot lived in the city of Sodom. And when the city faced danger because of his sinful ways, God sent angels to warn Lot and gave Lot some direction.
Amen.
Lot listened to the instructions and was spared destruction.
Yes.
His wife did not,
All right.
and she was turned into a pillar of salt. So after Christ was born, it was the angel of the Lord that warned Joseph to flee with the baby and Mary to Egypt because there was danger.
All right.
He did not know why he was being told to go to Egypt. Certainly he had no inside information that King Herod was seeking to kill the baby Jesus, but he responded to the voice of the angel.
Amen.
But God's angel speaks to us in the same way. Remember, an angel is a messenger of God. The messenger may not look like the paintings, but the message is from God. And see, secondly, we need to understand how to recognize an angel.
All right.
So we are accustomed to recognizing those who deliver messages or come to perform services by their distinctive uniform. The UPS delivery man has a uniform. The mail carrier has a uniform. The FedEx driver has a uniform. And they all wear uniforms that instantly identify them as representatives of the company they work for. But how do you recognize an angel? When the angels knocked on Lot's door, the angel was not wearing a name tag that said angel. But Lot recognized them as angels. And so did Abraham. when they stopped and met him along the way. So praying people recognize the hand of God and allow that hand to protect them. But an unbeliever can look an angel in the face and never recognize the angel. But in your time of need, when a person or group appears out of nowhere and begins to assist you, they could very well be an angelic presence. When you're about to make a bad decision and a person assumes the extraordinary role of trying to help direct you to the right path, it could be God's angel leading you. So the person who helped you when you were stranded may have been God's angel making an appearance as well as a disappearance. Remember, I told you on the way home one Wednesday night, I had a flat and we pulled side the road, and I'm calling the folks to come, and road hazard folks, tow folks to come and change my tire, and looked like they never would come. And we just sitting there, and all of a sudden, a man appears and asks, "Did you hit my dog?" "No, sir, I didn't hit no dog." I said, "Well, I stopped because I have a flat tire and I was going to try to change it. I'll change it for you." He never exchanged any other words. I showed him how to get the jack out the car. He jacked it up, took the lug nuts off, took the flat off, put the spare on, replaced the lug, and said, "Have a good evening." Don't know where he went, don't know where he came from. But I just said, "Thank you. How much do I owe you?" He said, "Nothing," and disappeared. See, we don't look for an angel with wings, but look for a message that comes on the wings of an angel or a messenger from God. And if the message encourages you to take a direction that is against God's word, that person is not an angel. And if the message encourages you to do anything contrary to the known will of God, then the message and the messenger are probably fake. And there are some fake folks. There are some fake messengers. So we need to pray to God for discernment. And if we pray, God will open our eyes to see the angel that He's seen. See, angels, we meet them in frustrating moments. When Jacob returned home, it was a moment of frustration for him. He did not know, or he did not know whether he and his wives and his large company of employees and family members would be attacked or well. And that's where he met an angel. And sometimes we walk through lives, challenging experiences that the Bible calls walking through the valley of Baca. That's when we encounter those experiences that challenge our faith. Those experiences that shake our confidence. Those experiences that weaken our spirit and dash our hopes. And when times get tough and you can't see your way, you're going in that direction. That's also when God sends His angel to show us the way. You remember when Jesus fasted in the wilderness for 40 days? Then the angels administered to him and restored his strength. And at the resurrection, when the women were frustrated and weary over the death of Jesus, angels met them at the tomb and told them to fear not. See, the reassurance for believers is that when we reach our moment of frustration, when we reach that moment of confusion and know not what to do,
Right.
God sends an angel. See, when you look for help but only get hurt, that's when God sends an angel. When you seek pleasure and only get pain, that's when God sends an angel. When you seek satisfaction but only get sorrow, that's when God sends an angel. And when we're at our lowest point, God sends an angel as an unseen spirit to lift us and then show us the way. Maybe that's what the songwriter had in mind when he said, I met God one morning, so feeling bad, heart heavy laden, with a bowed down head. He lifted my burden and made me so glad. All that I know, there is something within. See, my brothers and sisters, we should be reminded that as we travel in this life's journey, whether we see them or not, God has his angels watching over us. It is tempting to become dismayed as we travel the road and meet frustrations along the way. But when you are dismayed and you lack the courage that it takes to go on, when you are dismayed and you lack the vision it takes to see your way clear, and when you are dismayed and you lack the hope that it takes to believe that God is and God will, when you are dismayed and your spirits get so low and you hang your head in defeat, well, there is no reason for us to be afraid. And there is no reason for us to stand in fear. For I hear the Lord who rounded the earth in the palm of his hand. I hear the Lord who spangled the night with the moon and the stars. And I hear the Lord as he batted his eyes and made the lightning flash. I hear the Lord when he clapped his hands and made the thunder roll. And I hear the Lord as he hollowed the valleys and buzzed the mountains up. I hear the Lord say, I will send an angel before thee. But if the pains of life become so difficult and it appears that you can't make your way, remember God says, I will send an angel before you. If the storm rise, be not dismayed. I'll send an angel before you. If the wind blows, be not dismayed. I'll send an angel before you. If the mountains get so high and they get hard to climb, be not dismayed. I'll send an angel before you. If your burdens get so heavy that you can't seem to bear, be not dismayed. I will send an angel before you. Because I'm reminded of the old lady who was seriously ill, but she lived all alone. And one night in a cold winter, the old lady was stricken with pneumonia, and she found herself where she could hardly breathe, and there was no one there to help her. But so the old lady turned to her side, and then she reached for her Bible and she started talking to the Lord. And every now and then we all need to have a little talk with the Lord. And as she prayed to the Lord, somewhere there was a knock on the door of a doctor who was 20 miles away. There was a persistent knock and could barely be heard because of the wind and the storm. So when the doctor answered the door,
Right.
there was a woman that told him, there's a woman that needs your help. Well, the doctor started making excuses. It's too cold. I don't want to go. I don't have what I need. But the lady kept making sure that the doctor heard her plea. She insisted there's somebody that needs your help. So the doctor, remembering his Hippocratic oath, decided he would go anyway. When he arrived at the home of the old lady, he was there in the nick of time. He told her, "Oh lady, I'm glad you were so wise to send someone for some help." And the old lady, looking puzzled in the face, said, "Doctor, I didn't send anybody because I have no one here. I have no phone, and I can't hardly move." So when the doctor now has a puzzled look on his face, and the old lady and the doctor looked at one another, and they started smiling, and the old lady said, "I was sick, but I didn't worry, because all night, all day, God got an angel watching over me. Every saint should be glad that all night and all day, God got an angel watching over you. In the midst of hard times and trouble, God got an angel to help you. For to remember, trouble don't last always. Are you glad that you know Him? Because in the midst of your failure, God got an angel to help you turn your failure into success. In the midst of your weakness, God got an angel to turn weakness into strength. Do you know Him? God, in the midst of your question,